Today's episode is brought to you by Destiny's Accessories, located inside of A.V. Lopez at 3831 Boca Chica Boulevard in Brownsville. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4. Destiny Accessories has all the phone and tablet accessories you need, including chargers, screen protectors, wallets, clips, holsters, pop sockets, cases, and much more.
Hi guys, and welcome back for another episode of Paranormal 956. My name is Bianca and I'm here with David.
Hello.
Okay, so you don't know about the topic. I just brought it in randomly.
Hit me with it.
All right. Conspiracy theory. Reincarnation.
Okay.
Okay? It's just conspiracy theory. I got some little facts here and there, but
Okay.
hear it out.
I'm ready.
So, you knew Tupac, right? Or you heard of
We
him?
were really close.
Oh, no.
No. I remember
Big fan.
seeing him on TV.
Okay. Do you know Playboy Carti by any chance?
Less. I would say less.
We don't hang out as much.
Yeah.
No,
We had a falling out a few years ago and we just never recovered.
like. Okay, so Tupac died September 13, 1996.
Obviously.
Right. And then we got Playboy Carti that he was born September 13. You want to guess a year?
I'm going to go with 1999.
No.
Was it close?
A little bit far, but yeah. He was born 1995.
A year later.
A year before.
Before.
Yeah.
Okay, this is...
Okay. So Carti was born a year before Tupac died.
Right.
Same day. Just different year.
Right.
Okay.
So you're saying...
So I'm saying, because there's been TikToks, there's been conspiracy theories that Tupac may have reincarnated into this young man.
Right.
Rapper.
Right.
He's a rapper. So theory adds because of the date of birth, but the year it's like a little off, right?
Right.
A
So
little...
Tupac died and went back in time.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Yeah. And
which could happen. He was a little bit weird.
True. I mean, he had like his lyrics were something else.
So if he was going to reincarnate, you wouldn't expect him to do it exactly like everybody else.
Right. You would expect a bigger factor. Yeah.
A little bit different.
So there's claims of this lyrics because I've tried looking for it and I haven't found it for shit. So
what if the government's hiding it?
I'm pretty sure.
Because they don't want us to figure it out.
The lyrics, apparently, according to TikTok and other resources, it's supposed to say, "This may be my last party, but I'm coming back as a Carti."
Right. Which,
like a Cartier watch. I think everybody thought of that back in the day.
Right. Which to me is a little weird because, I mean, Cartier is a nice brand and all.
I mean, back in the day, it was...
If they were going to sponsor us, I would let them. I'm not saying that.
We're not saying...
But if I'm going to pick a famous watch, is that the watch I'm picking? Number one. And then if I'm coming back, do I want to come back as a watch? Like, there's a lot of weirdness to me.
Right.
Because it's like, I don't know.
So that's the lyrics. And people are taking it as a sign from Tupac that he reincarnated into this young rapper.
Well, hear me out.
Playboy Carti.
If only there was a way to figure out when Cardi B was born.
Damn.
Maybe we're on the wrong trail.
Shit. You're right. You might be right on this one. So anyways,
they didn't hire me for this podcast for my looks.
Talking about looks. Okay, there's another fact.
Okay.
Right into it.
Wait. You cannot say that all black people look the same. I'm not going to let you say that.
I'm saying that. You got to look up Playboy Carti.
Okay. Let me see. Type.
Space. Type.
Right.
Okay.
Got it.
Make sure you got a picture of his face.
Got it.
Okay. Do you remember how Tupac? Oh shit! My bad. I just threw a pin. Do you remember how Tupac died?
Yes.
Okay.
So they were leaving the Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas.
Right.
And he was shot
Where?
in Las Vegas.
Oh, but like physically, where was he shot?
He was shot in the face.
Okay. So there's a big thing on birthmarks being like how you died on your past life. Like either you got stabbed, you got shot, you got choked. I don't know what do you want to call it. But it's basically like a mark of how you died.
Right. Like a scar that carried over.
Yeah, that's carried on. So if you look there at Playboy Carti's picture, what do you see?
He has a large birthmark
on his
face.
Yeah.
On the cheek where
Tupac got shot.
Right. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Right. I don't have pictures of that.
We don't want to see pictures of that. So
that's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
Because I have a birthmark on my back.
I was like, if you got a scar, that's it.
So I got stabbed in my back. No. So I have a birthmark on my back that does look like I got stabbed. Mm-hmm. It's a weird color even. Like it's
green. Red.
So it doesn't look, so usually like birthmarks are like really brown.
Or like
darker. This is like slight, like it looks like a sun, like I got tanned, but like just in a weird little dot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so it could totally be that I got stabbed in the back. And in addition to that.
Okay.
So I've always had this theory, kind of getting off track a little bit, but.
It adds on to the theory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have this thing about DNA. And there's like 90% of our DNA that nobody's really figured out what we have it for. So they call it junk DNA. Mm-hmm. And I've always kind of thought in my mind that it's like our memories of our ancestors. Right?
Okay.
But it could also be like our past lives. And the reason that I bring all of this up.
Like survival skills and all that. You want to call it? Okay.
So I came up with this, or I'm not acting like I'm like a pioneer in science or anything. But it made sense to me because I'm into birds and I follow migration patterns and all this stuff, right? And it's like, how do these birds know to fly from the Yucatan all the way to like North Dakota when they've never been and they don't have compasses or travel agents or anything, right?
True.
And it's like, well, what if their ancestors went and then in their DNA, they just remember
the
instinctively,
trip.
Right?
Yeah.
And so this comes back to me in the sense that I don't like to sit anywhere with my back to the door because I've always been scared of getting stabbed in the back, like out of nowhere. And I have this birthmark from my past life.
So what?
Where I was stabbed.
Okay, so you're just scared. Okay, so you're.
So Tupac and I were in Las Vegas and I got stabbed in my back.
Okay, good. No, so like, let's say like if you're in a bar and you're sitting down like on the bar thingy, like you're not gonna have your back towards the public. Let's just say that.
Right. I don't like people behind me. I like to either sit against the wall.
I mean, that's like a no gay thing. I mean, that's fine, but the stabbing?
Yeah, that's something that I don't think everybody's got, like this phobia of being stabbed in the back in a public area.
That's pretty cool. Like, I'm not.
But it's something I think about a lot. And I'm a nice guy, so it's not like I have reason.
You got enemies or anything out there, like Tupac.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely not on the level of Tupac.
No.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, so like I often will, you know, I have these people that in my life that have like 1 million guns and ammo and stuff like that. And they're scared of everything. Like They won't go to Starbucks because they don't let him take his gun, right?
My fucking God, anyways.
And I'm like, dude, just don't be such an asshole, right? I'm not like that, right? Like I don't have like enemies. I'm not on lists, you know.
Allegedly.
That I know of. Right? But it is something that I think about. And this is the thing is I've never been stabbed before that I know of. So why is this a concern for me?
True. I mean, my daughter, Brooklyn, she has one on her neck, which is like not that big. It's just like a little, how do you want to call it? Like those, like whenever you get a crayon, you just do a small circle, like just finger size circle like that.
Which I do often.
Right. That's why I went with the crayon thing. Yeah. So then Bryson, my son, he has one on his knee and one on his stomach. But that's the thing.
He might have been an asshole in his life.
The thing is that Brooklyn,
him and Tupac were in Las Vegas.
I'm pretty sure. So the thing is that with Brooklyn, I think it didn't show up until like she started getting bigger. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't that noticeable until now. And with Bryson, he's barely a few months old, and you can already see the birthmark. Like it's, so I'm pretty sure whenever he grows, it's gonna grow bigger.
Yeah,
as it goes.
He's a very small person right now.
Yeah, not as a tiny person. Like,
right,
he's just small as an age. Right. Just to be specific.
Not even a year yet.
Yeah, no, so we'll see how the birthmark.
Like he's not getting a job or anything right now. So don't be calling us with job offers.
No.
For Bryson.
Yeah, no. So that's like the conspiracy theory behind Tupac reincarnating into this new rapper, which is the Playboy Carti.
Yeah.
Well, not new. I mean, he's been doing this rapper thing for a few years already. Lyrics wise, he's good. Yeah. Playboy, he's good. So we'll see how far he goes.
I'm looking up. Tupac was born in 1971. Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit before my time, but not that much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys went to school together and stuff.
Yeah. We were in Las Vegas getting stabbed.
We're gonna get in trouble.
So this is the thing. Is when he got stabbed, I was already old. I wasn't even a kid. Like,
how old are you?
I was in 96. I was already 20.
Okay, so you saw the 21. News. You saw the whole commotion of it.
Well, I mean, I used to drink a lot back then, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, got you.
Maybe. It sounds familiar.
Right.
It sounds familiar.
Might have heard it here.
I will say this. I do think I watched the Mike Tyson fight on pay-per-view. That's probably... 100%
you saw that one.
That probably happened for sure.
Right. But yeah, that's... I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't have any birthmarks, to be honest.
Yeah, that's weird.
Why? How?
So this is what I think.
And I'm trying to look for one, but it's not birthmarks. Yeah. Like I have.
Imagine if we found one right now while we're.
No.
So hear me out.
I'm hearing.
So if you go back, let's say 5,000 years, right?
I don't remember much of it.
Yeah. But there was hardly any people, right? Like now we have like what 3 billion people on the planet.
I haven't counted, but I'll keep trying. I'll keep you posted.
From my last count. It was 3 billion people, right?
Did you add Bryson on that time?
Oh, wait a minute. So this is the thing. When I was little, right. I think there was only 1 billion people on the planet. I'm pretty sure.
Did you know how to count back then?
I mean, I had to get completely naked to get as far as I could, right? But this is the thing.
Right.
Is that if reincarnation was working, then there's not enough souls. People.
Yeah.
So maybe you're like a new one.
Or what if I don't have one?
You don't have one what?
A soul.
That's also a real possibility.
Like, what if they're just throwing people out there into the world without a soul? And they're like, yeah, there's no souls right now.
So
go.
That, I mean, not for you exactly, but it would make a lot of sense for a lot of people.
Right?
Like, I don't want to say any names, but Justin Bieber just doesn't seem right. Right? I don't mean to be starting a feud with Justin Bieber.
Or the Believers.
Or the Believers.
Yeah.
So please don't boycott us.
Don't stop.
But.
So canceled.
But.
Wait.
Something ain't right with
so
that.
So I know like Catholics believe like some type of reincarnation or like your soul goes to like rest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But let's just be fucking real right now. Do we think Jesus like reincarnated?
So not to Justin Bieber.
For sure.
I'm very adamant about that. Like,
right.
Jesus could have been a lot of people.
Right.
but not Bieber.
Right.
But
in your eyes, who would you think Jesus reincarnated into?
so I'm not going to say Mark Antonio Solis, even though everybody's going to say that. But
wait, imagine if he had the what's it called, the birthmarks on his hand and feet, like where.
So those would be really weird birthmarks. Imagine.
We need someone with the birthmarks on the hands.
Hold on,
and the
I'm
feet.
Googling.
We're gonna have to look for someone that has birthmarks on hands and the feet.
If you have birthmarks like these, stigmata, let us know on our Facebook. Like and subscribe.
TikTok, you can hit us up on TikTok.
Get a hold of us somehow.
Just let us know. Send us pictures of your birthmarks.
Antonio, I'm looking up.
Marco Antonio Solis. It's Marco Antonio Solis.
Hands. Looking at his hands.
I don't think his feet are gonna show up, but the hands would be a big giveaway.
Yeah, if he had holes in his hands.
Not holes. Birthmarks.
Can you imagine? Hear me out. Imagine if he had holes in his hands and we just missed it this whole time.
Shut
like
up.
we just never met. We never thought about it. And then we're looking at his album and he's got his hand on his face like that. And you're like, you could see his eye right through his hand. How come we could do that? How weird would that be? All right. His hands are clear. He does not have holes in his hands.
Man.
Or birthmarks in his hands. Or a thorn crown. So he's safe. He is safe.
He's in the clear.
We're going to have to look it up somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, but let us know if you guys have birthmarks on your hands and feet. But that would be a weird spot to get a birthmark, though. Like on your hands?
Well, it would have to be on both sides. That's the weird part. Like
on the same.
Yeah, like I think you could. Maybe somebody has one.
Yeah,
somewhere.
The palms, right? The palms in the back. So that's the thing. Would it be just through the palms or through the outside of the hand?
So that's what I mean. Is that if you got. So we haven't gone over the crucifixion, right? Which may be an episode.
Eventually, we'll go through it.
But there is some debate on whether he was nailed through the hand or through the wrist.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Right.
And so either way, I mean, the one thing they agree on is he was nailed.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be on both sides.
No homo, just nailed, right?
What?
Right, okay.
It would have to be on both sides. And it would have to be on both hands and on the feet, too. So, yeah, that would be weird. So this is something, and man, I hope we don't get canceled for this.
Fuck.
But so where I grew up in Kingsville,
mm-hmm.
and it is a military town. So there's a big military base there.
Mm-hmm.
There is also a big university there, at least big compared to the city.
Right.
And then the railroad has a department there. So there's people from out of town. So there's a lot of people from all over the world in this little bitty town that I grew up in.
Correct.
Including a lot of people from India. And in India, that religion, Hindus, do believe in reincarnation.
Yeah.
And so from my understanding,
like
Buddhism.
Hinduism, Buddhism.
Right.
It's like they believe in all that.
Right. Yeah. So there was like several Buddhas because he was reincarnated into somebody else.
Right.
So, who, by the way, right now is the Dalai Lama.
What?
So, have you ever heard of the Dalai Lama? He's a famous a monk.
No.
Anyway, he's supposed to be the newest Buddha.
Okay.
Anyway, they have their religion has two kind of popes, I guess.
Okay.
And so one of them is Buddha, and I don't really know the name of the other one. But the way that it works is that, like, the Dalai Lama picks a baby and says he's going to be the other one when he grows up. Right?
Okay.
Well, I think it's China, doesn't really like this religion because they kind of meddle with things. So they kidnapped that kid when he was a little baby.
Okay.
So they don't know where he is. And so what's supposed to happen is when the Dalai Lama dies, that little kid is supposed to pick out the new Buddha.
Uh-huh.
Well, we don't know where he is.
So that's it?
So we might be done with Buddhism. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So anyway, what I was getting at,
Right.
Indian people that I know believe that if you're like a bad person, you get reincarnated into like a fly or something.
Yeah.
Right. And in India, I don't know if you know this, but they don't eat beef. And the cows just like walk around everywhere.
Okay.
They're like stray cats over there. There's cows everywhere because they think that the good people in their life, like their grandparents, were reincarnated into cows. So they don't eat cows because that's like their ancestors.
What?
But then they come over here.
We're eating cows.
And they eat cows because they're like, well, they're not my ancestors.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I always thought that was kind of weird.
I'm like, nah, mine's are over there in India.
And I'm sure that's not everybody. I'm being kind of general.
Yeah.
But that has been my experience. I have met people that believe that. Like, well, I'm eating your grandparents, not my grandparents.
You can't even kill like a fly or like a ant or anything like that. I think it was some shit like that you like can't
So I
kill.
don't think you're supposed to because they think of them like
living.
people.
Yeah.
Like they're people, even if they're a bad person, you don't just kill them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So that's that.
I think that's interesting. So I will say this as an atheist myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reincarnation kind of makes the most sense to me out of the religious. Because
the whole religious
because
thought process or
like, oh, you're going to die and you're going to go to hell doesn't make any sense.
No.
And then like go to heaven.
What if most of the souls went to hell and don't ever like come back out of hell? And that's why we're like low on souls. What if they're just souls stuck in hell and they're just
trapped there?
Mm-hmm. Would that make sense? Right?
Yeah, I think so. But people like you, the newbies,
what?
Like, where do you?
How the fuck is this? Why the fuck am I a newbie? Just because I don't have birthmarks?
You don't have birthmarks.
What if I just died of natural causes?
And I'm going to show you real quick. That may be true, but over like generations.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of boring if you ask me.
No, but like, let's.
And by the way, knowing you the way that I do, it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
So that's the thing.
You've been murdered before.
I had to be. There's no way I had to take out myself.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah, someone had to take me out for sure.
Yeah, you didn't die of natural causes this whole time, or you're brand new.
True.
Which also would make sense.
True. Man,
maybe you have a birthmark.
My freckles don't count.
You just haven't seen it yet.
No.
You're going to get in a really serious relationship and then you're going to find out you have this like cannonball sized.
Nah. No, that's the thing. I don't have any birthmarks. Nope. No.
You have a tiny one on your cheek, but I don't think that could be a fatal thing.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not a thing. It's not.
Maybe it's in your hair.
Oh shit.
Maybe.
I need to get with my hairstylist and ask her if she has.
So this is what we'll do. Shave your head and next week.
No.
Next week, just wear like a bikini and I'm going to just search you over. We're going to film it and put it on TikTok, right? We're going to get to the bottom of this. Is Bianca a new soul or has she been murdered before? Because people think she's been murdered.
No. What if they poison me? How the fuck does that work?
That's another thing. I hadn't even thought about that.
What if I was poisoned, actually?
So hear me out. That sounds like the most likely way to die.
That would make sense. Like, people would want me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they would give you, and you would totally fall for it.
Yeah.
You'd be like in a donut or a cheesecake.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have onions or anything.
They'd be like, fuck, she ate twice as much as we thought.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a fucking easy way to
so
take
that
me
makes
out.
sense. That makes sense. And then this is the other thing too, is that if you were to be hung or choked,
that's a big
maybe you don't have a birthmark.
True.
Because if I choke you, you don't get cuts or you don't get, you know what I mean?
But you get marks. I mean, from the
maybe.
or
If
like bruising.
If you do it right. And allegedly, I have never choked somebody to
right.
death, right? So, but I think you could do it without, like if somebody smothered you with a pillow.
Oh, with the plastic bag, that's it.
Or also a plastic bag.
Man.
Or what if somebody hits you in the head with a bat, but not hard enough to break the skin, but like hard enough to kill you?
Knock you out.
Yeah. Or if you drown.
But that's the thing. Like, I already got knocked. Like, the day of the car accident, I just got knocked out. Nothing else
It's true.
broke or...
Maybe you have like a superpower. This is what we're going to do. So next week when you're here balding in your bikini, we're going to try to see if we can break your bones.
Guys, this is what the fuck I got to deal with.
We're going to try.
And you know
I'm going to have all my knives
that,
here.
that I'm already getting like in my head about it. I'm probably going to do it.
We're going to get
like,
so many
there's
views.
No
Bianca.
way.
We're going to get
no way.
We're going to have followers. We're going to get
At
like
this point, I got to skydive without the fucking parachute.
Yeah. And live stream it. Yeah.
I mean, there's people that have survived that shit, bro.
Also true, yes.
Like, how?
I think you have to jump at the last minute. I think that would work. It makes sense to me.
Not scream. Just
don't
fall.
scream. You got to focus. And as soon as you get to the
Relax.
ground, you got to roll. You got to roll and you got to jump. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I know
What the fuck is this? A fire jump? What is it?
I have seen it done on cartoons my whole life. I'm pretty sure I could do it.
Man, what the fuck? So that's the thing. If people die in a fire, do they get birthmarks?
Okay. So I have seen people with like a lot of birthmarks, like really big freckles, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Maybe
But
that
that's the
could
thing.
be.
How do you divide freckles from birthmarks?
Okay.
Because this, like, I have freckles.
Right.
What if I got shot in the face and it's
With
just
with like a shotgun.
Yeah.
With like a bunch of little BBs or something.
Yeah, like salt.
Yeah.
That's what killed me.
So I have had people shoot at me with salt and guns before. I used to do things I wasn't supposed to do. And not admitting to anything here,
Right.
but when I was a child, I lived in a
Boys
different-
will be boys.
Right.
Boys will be boys.
Right. And so I had a thing for horses that I like to maybe take without permission. And somebody got mad and shot at me with the rock salt and a gun. So.
But that didn't kill you.
It didn't kill me.
Right.
And it didn't give me my birthmarks that I have now.
Right.
But.
I mean, at least they didn't shoot you on your back.
Right. Well, they did shoot me on my back. Because I was running away. So.
Besides.
Right.
All right.
So I think reincarnation, getting back to our podcast.
To the serious part.
Right. It makes the most sense as an atheist. And I think it also
Like, even if you don't believe in anything, it makes sense from, like, passed down.
Well, even
syndrome or
in
something.
science, right? They say that like matter cannot be created or destroyed.
I mean,
so
yeah. I mean, even like that, like how like mental illnesses have been showing up, like, or like people acknowledge them more, you would say.
yeah.
Back in the day, they wouldn't fucking pay attention to it, but I'm pretty sure they were like hand downs in your DNA and your genes, right?
I think for sure. But
100%.
I think they used to call people with mental illness like possessed.
Right.
And so it's not like they just popped up.
They
We've always had
that.
them.
Yeah.
We just thought they were something else. Because it's like we have more like record numbers of reports of autism.
Right.
It's not like autism's brand new.
No, it's been.
It's just we understand it. And so
we know what it is now.
I don't know if it was just completely ignored in the past or if we called it something else. I mean, I don't remember that life that they got stabbed in the back.
Right.
Right. But. And there's a scripture in the Bible that says there's nothing new.
I mean, the thing is that I'm like not scared of anything, I would say.
Yeah. No, that checks out.
Right?
That checks out.
What if birthmarks are just like a thing that you get, like, you fear? You know?
So imagine meeting somebody with like a birthmark all through their whole face. Like, imagine they must be scared of everything.
Right. Right.
So I'm trying to think, because I've seen a lot of people naked. Right?
Your weirdest birthmark that
I'm trying to think of the weirdest birthmark that I've seen. Because as a strip club connoisseur, I have seen like thousands of women naked.
Right.
And a handful of dudes.
Naked?
Yeah.
Or just hands?
I mean, I've seen hands. I've seen a lot of hands.
From dudes?
From dudes.
Right.
I don't know what you're trying to paint me in a corner with, but anyway.
Anyways.
I've seen birthmarks like in shapes of hearts and in shapes of stars and in...
No, but those are handmade, right?
No. I mean, I don't know these women very well.
They probably lied to you, bro. You're over here falling for it.
It's also very dark in a lot of these places.
True.
But
you should have taken a picture.
So I have plenty of pictures. I just don't know, like, if you were killed with something in the shape of those weird objects.
That's what I'm saying. They probably like handmade it, like spray tan over it.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Because a star and a fucking heart, that seems like a cutie mark from a fucking My Little Pony.
Well, I mean, it's not like a perfect, like it just, that's what it looks like to me.
What similar to.
Right.
Right.
So I'm thinking like birthmark. I've seen birthmarks like in the shape of Africa. You know what I mean?
What's the shape of Africa?
Like the continent.
Like on the map?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it looks like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they just could be blobs, right? But to me, it's like, you know, when
you gotta be specific.
When I see a naked woman, I automatically think of geography.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And right. You know.
Makes sense. So now I'm not fucking coming bald. I'm not coming in a fucking bikini.
Well,
that's that.
We will
I'll
see.
jump off a fucking... I'll skydive and fucking jump without a fucking parachute. We'll see how far it gets. So I mean, a car crash didn't kill me. I mean, how bad could it be?
It's true. And especially if you do that roll thing that I'm going to teach you after this episode.
I can. Whew. Yeah. So yeah, that's my theory. So
I think it's a good theory. And even though
there's a year difference.
Yeah, I'm not buying this Tupac thing so much, but reincarnation is very interesting to me.
It's David the skeptic apparently is not so skeptic on this one.
Right. Mm-hmm. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like
because you're a chicken.
Well, this is the thing, right? Is, you know, I grew up a Christian, and it's like if there was a heaven and people were like up there watching us,
but that's
we would
not
see
everybody
them.
goes to heaven.
Right.
There's some of them that go to hell and they just stay in hell. Like, what do we do with the rest of the bodies or souls? I mean, like pending souls. What are we doing? Like taking turns?
I guess so. Like, I guess there's a line somewhere. People trying to get in.
Yeah.
I think the new souls, like what we were talking about with you, that makes sense because the population has grown on the planet, and so we can't just reuse the same ones.
Mm-hmm. True.
So, or what if they split? And so when you die, you come back as two different people.
Okay. And maybe you think that's how people like meet their, what's it called? Match?
Soulmate?
Yeah, their soulmates. Oh shit, David.
I think
that we got it.
We figured out all the problems in the world.
So let us know what problems you have, what questions you have. I mean, we're open to anything
They don't put us on the air for our looks.
Right. We got the brains.
Right. Follow us on all of our socials.
Yeah.
And we will be back next week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for listening.
Bye, guys.